Hello everyone! Before we start, this is a part 2 of the Gemini AI Companion. If you want to watch the part 1, click the card above. Now let's get back into the video. In this video, we will be adding the ability to allow players to choose how their AI companion will behave from a simple UI. So let's begin. One thing I noticed from my last video is that when you guys have issues with your code, especially in the AI module, it is hard to fix the issue, because there is no warning telling us what the issue was. So to fix that, go to our AI module, and right here, print out the result as a warning statement. This will print out the error if it was not a success. Do the same right here too. Okay, let's close it. To begin, first we will create the UI, where the players will interact with to change their companion's behavior, as well as the button they will use to open the UI. So in our companion UI, we will add a text button. Name this button Instruction Button. In the Properties section, make it a square shape by changing the size. Then make it a little bigger and place it right here. Go to Plugins, then rescale it. Now back to the properties. Set the background color to a dark color and remove any text in it. Add a UI corner to the button and set the radius to 0.2 on the scale. Add an image label into the button. Set the anchor point to the middle. Set the background transparent, position it in the middle, and make it slightly cover the whole button. Go to Toolbox and look for an icon for your button. I will be using this icon here. Copy the asset ID of the icon and paste it in the image property of the image label. And there you go. That's our button. Now to create the main frame. In the companion UI, add a frame. Name it the instruction frame. In the properties section, set the anchor point to the middle. Give it a dark background. Make the frame bigger, just like this, and place it in the middle. Rescale the frame with the plugin. Add a UI corner to the frame and set the radius to 0.1 in the scale. Now for the title, add a text label to the frame. Size it like this to slightly cover the whole frame on the X-axis, place it in the top middle, give a little space for the close button, then name it Title. In the properties of the title, make the background transparent. Set the font to Fredoka 1 and set the text to Companion Instructions. Set the text color to white and enable text scaled. Also don't forget to rescale the title as well. Now we will move on to adding a close button to close this frame when we need to. So add a text button to the instruction frame. Make it a square shape through the size property. Then drag it to the top right corner, make it a bit smaller, and rename the button to Close Button. In the Properties section, set the background color to red, and remove any text in it. Also rescale it with the plugin too. Then add a text label to the Close button. In the Properties section of the text label, set the anchor point to the middle. Set the background transparent. Position it in the middle. Make it slightly fill the whole close button. Set the font to Fredoka 1 and set the text to the letter X. Then set the text color to white and enable text scaled. In the close button, add a UI corner and set the radius to 0.2. Now time to add a text box where the players can write down their instructions. In the instructions frame, add a text box into it. Size it to what you like. In my case, I will give it this size. Don't forget to give a space for the send button too, and keep it in the middle. In the properties of the text box, set the background color to a very dark color. Set the text font to Fredoka 1. Set the placeholder text to a sample text like, "You are a nice robot." Set the text color to white, and set the text size to 30. Also, don't forget to rescale the text box as well. Now we will create the final element, the button the player will press to update their companion's behavior. In the instruction frame, add another text button. Place it right below the text box. Make it a little wider and place it in the middle. Name it the Update button. In the Properties section of the button, set the background color to blue and remove any text inside it. In the Update button, add a UI corner to it and set the radius to 0.3. Then add a UI stroke. In the Properties of the UI stroke, set the Apply Stroke Mode to Border and Thickness to 3. In the Update button, add a text label. In the Properties of the text label, set the anchor point to the middle, make the background transparent. Position it in the middle. Make it slightly fill the Update button. Then set the text font to Fredoka 1. And then set the text to Update Your Companion. And set the text color to white. Also set the font to be bold as well and enable text scaled. Now select the instruction frame and rescale it with the plugin. If we look at it with a different device, you can see it scales correctly. I want to add a way to know if our companion has been updated successfully. So in the instruction frame, add a text label and place it at the top. Make it as wide as the instruction frame and a bit smaller. Name it Success Message. In the Properties of the text label, make the background transparent. Set the text font to Fredoka 1. Give it a default text like Your Success Message. Set the text color to green and enable text scaled. In the success message, add a UI stroke. Then select the success message and set the visibility to false. Also set the visibility of the instruction frame to false too. Now we will insert a local script into instruction frame and delete everything inside it. Before we start scripting, in the remotes folder located in replicated storage, we will add a remote function into it. Name it Update Instruction. Before we continue, if you are actually enjoying this video, or you find this video helpful, take the moment to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to motivate me to create more videos like this. I try as much as possible to upload every week, so please support me if you can. Back to the local script, we will get the services we will be using, in this case, replicated storage. Then we create our variables. One of them will be for the remotes folder, another for the update button, another for the text box, and a variable that will act as our debounce. Then, in our event section, we will create an event for when the update button is clicked. Inside the event, we will check if debounce is true. If it is, we stop the event. Before we continue, I want to add sounds for when the update event was successful and not. So, we will create a folder in the companion UI. Name it Sounds. Look for a success sound and add it to the Sounds folder. Also look for the error sound and add it to the Sounds folder. Name it Error. Back to local script. In the Variables section, we will define a variable for the Sounds folder. In the Update button clicked event, we will check if text box is empty. If it is, we will play the error sound and then stop the event. Then we will enable debounce by setting it to true. We will invoke the Update instruction remote, and in the parameter, we will pass in the text box text. Right above here, we will start defining our functions. We will start by creating a success message function. This function will be in charge of displaying success and unsuccessful errors. In the parameters, we will accept a message that is a string. In the variable section, we will create a variable for a message task, and we will initially set it to nil. Back to the success message function, we will check if there is a current message task ongoing. If there is, we cancel it. In the variables section, we will declare a variable for the success message text label. Back to the function, in the parameters, we will add another parameter, was success. This will tell us if it is a successful message or not. Then, at the end of the function, we will create a new task. Inside the task function, we will set the color depending if it is a success message. If it is a success message, we set it to green, else set it to red. Then we update the text on the success message text label to the message we passed in. But first, right over here, set the visibility of the success message text label to be false, so we don't see the changes happening. At the bottom, if it is a success message, we will play the success sound. If it is not, then we play the error sound. After all that, we set the visibility of the success message text label to true, and set it to false after 5 seconds of delay. In our update button clicked event, right here where we check if the text is empty, we will call the function, telling the player that the text cannot be empty and false, indicating it isn't a success message. At the bottom here, we will then call the function once again. For the first argument will be the first index of the response, since we will be returning a table from the invoke event, and the second argument will be the second index of the response. Now, we need to make this button open the instruction frame, so in the variables section, we will define a variable to indicate if the instruction frame is open or not, and we will also get the close button right here, and the open button. Then, at the bottom of the event section, we will create a close button clicked event. Inside it, we will set the open variable to false and set the visibility of the instruction frame to false. Below the event, we will create an open button clicked event. Inside it, we will set the open variable to the opposite. Then set the visibility of the instruction frame to the open variable. If we test it, you will see that if I click the open button, it opens, and if click it again, it closes. If I click the X button, it also closes the frame. Now we need a way to store the instructions the player wants to use for their bot. To do that, we go to our character handler script. Then right here before the character added event, we will create a string value. We will put it inside the player and set the name to bot behavior. Then we initially set it to something like a nice fun companion. We then go to our AI chat handler, and at the bottom of the events section, we will create an on-server invoke event for the update instructions remote. In the parameters, we will get the player and the instructions, which is a string. Inside the event, we will get the player's bot behavior string object. We will then check if it exists. If it does not, we will return an error saying there was an error. Then we will check if the player actually sent some instructions. If not, then we send an error telling the player to provide instructions. Then we set the value of the bot behavior string object to the new instruction and return a success message. If we test and then press the update button, oh, we got an error. The error says we are trying to assign a color 3 value to a brick color property. So in our local script, where we are setting the color of the text of the success message text label, we will set it to text color 3. Just add a 3 there. Now, test again. We got another error. It says we are sending a Boolean value, which is true or false values, instead of a string value. So let's see what's wrong. So in the server script, first goes the indication if it is a success message, then the message, but in the local script, in the success message, first goes the message, then the indication if it is a success message. So to fix this, just revert this right here. First goes the second index, then the first index of the table. Now test again. This time it worked. And if we go to our players, then our player, then the bot behavior, you will see that it is being updated. We can try another instruction. And you will notice it isn't actually doing anything anymore. So let's fix that. In our local script, we forgot to set the debounce back to false, removing the cooldown. So down below, we will wait 1 second, then set the debounce back to false. And if we test again and give it some instructions, the bot behavior is being updated. If we check the bot behavior value, it is being updated. If we try to set it again, it works quite fine, even in the bot behavior object. Now we need to make our companion actually follow the instructions. In our AI module script, we will create another parameter called instructions. And it has to be a string. Then we can remove these lines of code here since we don't need it anymore. Right here, you will see it is already passed in from the function itself. In our AI chat handler, in the chat on server invoke event right here, we will get the player's bot behavior string object. Then right here, where we call the chat function from the AI module, we will pass in the player's bot behavior, but the value, if it does not exist, we will just pass in an empty string. Then let's test it. We will tell it to only say, "I don't know." We close the frame. If we chat with it, you will notice it will only say, "I don't know," no matter what. We can also tell the bot to try to respond with maximum 2 words. If we chat with it, it will try as much as possible to only use 2 words. We can also give it some attitude as well. And if we try to speak with him, he is rude. In fact, very rude. That will be it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And if you want to buy me a haircut, feel free to join my Patreon, where you will have exclusive access to a bunch more projects that I have made. A massive shout out to these Patreon members for supporting me throughout this journey. I really appreciate it. That will be it. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you till next video. Bye bye.